Thanks.
I assume anyway.
Yeah.
I will wait for
good.
confirmation with our various moderators.
Yep, you're good. You're live. All right, thanks.
No problem. And we are live.
Are we really live?
We are live, Byron.
Oh my god. There is promos happening. Oh, no, we are live. Never mind.
We are live.
Do it live! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Louse Ring. This will be the ESR, RWB, and Tugas DMT Masterclass. I'm very attractive, and with me, as always, is the New York City Swamp Monster himself, Malcolm Magus.
Thank you. Hopefully the audio is coming through. Someone in the chat on the YouTube video could inform us that the audio is coming through. That would be much appreciated. Byron covered it all. We're here at Louse's Ring, Euro Speedway, Super Speedway, I do believe, officially. And this track is a little bit of a mess, if I'm being fairly honest.
Wow. They tried really hard, sir.
It can be a little bit messy. It can be a little bit chaotic. And I think we're using the banking for this one, so that'll be interesting. These DTM cars, of course, are silhouette cars, primarily with German manufacturers. In fact, all of these are German manufacturers now. Audi, BMW, Mercedes in the field today. Others have been involved in the past. Alfa Romeo was here for a hot second. Opel was here for a hot second. Aston Martin was here for like the most pointless of all seconds in DTM. So Byron, here's the deal with the Aston Martin. So back in, I want to say it was 2020, 2019. I don't know here. Aston Martin was like, we're coming to DTM, and they rolled in and they did kind of poorly. And then DTM was like, well, we're not doing this kind of car anymore. We're going to go do GT3s now. And so all that work for 1 year of pretty crappy performance.
That sounds like a professional sports type thing to me.
Indeed. So, yeah, it was that. I'm going to turn on. No one has confirmed that they can hear us. So if Byron, you could talk. Well, I don't talk. And I turn the audio on.
I have turned on the, yeah.
Nope, we're good. We're good. I hear myself. I just didn't have the audio on because I have the laptop looking at the stuff because I need more screens.
More screens? You got 8.
I have 5. One of which is on the ceiling, which is not terribly useful.
Go on the ceiling. Don't know the rest of the words.
I have your standard tri-screen setup plus one small screen that pops up over top of the other 2 screens. And
what do you got on the other like 17 screen? You got like just nonstop NFT tickers.
So on the
check the prices
on the middle screen, I have Discord where we can see the lovely stream. On the one screen, I have the camera control, and then on the other screen, I have the track map, and on the fourth screen, I have the standings.
What you need to do is you need to have the camera controls bound to your flight stick.
I have a flight stick.
What?
I don't know where you ever got the idea I had a flight stick.
How do you play motorcycle games if you don't have a flight stick?
I don't play motorcycle games.
Wow, just gonna neglect all of motorsports because you like DMT. Sorry, DTMs.
Not all of it. Give you a quick championship rundown right now. RWB Rigel is your championship leader, 260 points ahead of 241 from Bertrand Barrier. The man who, I would say, if in my humble opinion, probably should actually be leading the champion, is Tobias Thierol from third place. Why is Tobias Thierol from third place and not in the championship lead, you might ask? Well, the answer is simple. He had that DNF where he disconnected at the start of the Norris Ring races and missed 2 races of points. So he finds himself 20 points behind at 240. Then we have Antonio Costa at 233, 231 for your boy, Martin Edmonds, your neck of the woods. And rounding off the 200 club, we have 210 points for Henrik Andreasen, who also missed a race. He missed the opener at Hockenheim. If memory serves, that was the opener. And we have 201 points for Max Haas. There you go. Early days in the qualifying here, plenty of time left, so I'm not going to really harp on it all that much, to be honest. Tobias Thierolf is at the top of the standings right now. Best lap of 28.989. Pardon me, a best lap of 27.876. I was reading the wrong column. I apologize. And we have in second place Bertrand Barrier, followed by Martin Edmonds. But plenty of people have yet to set a time. Actually, only one person has yet to set a time, that being Ricardo Costa. But guys are still testing the limits of the track, as I'm seeing a lot of invalid lap times coming up. There is your championship leader in the number 53, Jamie Green orange livery car, RWB Racing.
Huzzah.
Just taking a beverage there. We may be at some point joined by Mr. Gearhead, the RWB commentator. We are the ESR commentary team, if you're watching over on the RWB stream. Like, who are these crazy people? That's who we are, as Tobias Thierolf has put up a new fastest lap. And I don't have a ton to add to that, honestly, right now. I'm kind of waiting to see if this is actually the Louses Ring layout with the oval portions. I'm hoping we stay on board with somebody as they start the lap and we see if they head up the embankment or not. I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping it is the DTM layout, because that does use the embankment, which is very, very good.
What about the loop-loop and the waterfall?
That feels more like a Japanese track, to be honest. It's like something Suzuka should have. As we follow Max Haas here, currently in 5th place, ahead of RWB Rigel and behind Martin Edmonds. Clyde Britton, by the way, has popped up to 3rd place. Irishman has gone 3rd quickest. We go across the line with Max Haas. Will he better his time? He has 2 purple sectors. He will better his time, but it is not purple. He goes 4th quickest. He's up ahead of Martin Edmonds. And yeah, we are using a little bit of the embankment. That's cool. It's not as pronounced as I was kind of hoping it would be, but it's there. As we follow Tobias Thierolf as he comes around here, 2 purple sectors on the board. And
The purple people leader.
Nope, no improvement on his time. Very, very close though. That was a 27.885. His pole is 27.876 right now. Also, Byron, we got your boy Josiah Jerome in the field today.
Cha-cha. Hopefully he will just put everybody on the wall and then gain all the points, 1st through 23rd.
Xavier Eugeni is struggling once again. I have to mark this because, to be honest, I've never raced against Xavier Eugeni in RaceRoom, but I have a lot of experience with ACC, and he's normally a very fast driver there. So I wonder if this is a case where the difference of the sims really catches him out or something, because he's down in 20th place, and we have seen that be a feature of him historically, that he has not had the pace to keep up. By the way, Max Haas is just putting up purple sector after purple sector in the 1st sector, but he needs to put the rest of the lap together if he wants to threaten for pole. Across the line there with a new personal best. 28.2. Oh no, just off. He's 28.23 is his best. That's a 28.272. Andrew D goes 6th fastest in the Steel Energy car. That is the car of Canadian driver Robert Wickens. If you look up the driver names that correspond to each of these liveries.
Which one is Jacques Blunt?
Jacques Blunt does not race in DTM.
What?
No way. Actually, there are a lot of famous DTM drivers, of course. This is a place that, for like a hot second, there were a lot of F1 drivers that went here. David Coulthard, Ralf Schumacher, Vitaly Petrov, John Lacey, Heinz-Harald Frentzen, Mika Hakkinen, all after retiring from F1, decided to give DTM a shot with varying degrees of success. In a nutshell, less success than you'd probably think, to be honest. And also, there are a couple other drivers from other disciplines that sprinkle throughout DTM, of course. A lot of GT drivers, a lot of sports car drivers, touring car drivers as well, such as Raced. And also, it's a place where, of course, a lot of GP2 drivers graduated to. Eduardo Mortara comes to mind. And, of course, the man who is in F1 right now, who had a great deal of success in DTM, Esteban Ocon.
Not Esteban Loaiza?
No. As we pick up Magic Kazchuk here, he has a purple first sector, currently in 11th place. Sporting the Red Bull BMW livery of two-time DTM champion Marco Wittmann. I think he's only two-time champion. Now I feel the chronic need to look it up. Did he get a third title?
Chronic need. You stoners are all the same.
No, he did not. He won the championship in 2014 and again in 2016. Has not won it since. Finished third in 2019. And, oh, yeah, he is still going to be in DTM in 2023 with Project One. So the liveries you see here are from the 2013 to 2016 season. Those seasons were won by Mike Rockenfeller, Marco Wittmann, Pascal Wehrlein, and Marco Wittmann, respectively. And the Constructors' Championships, the Manufacturers' Championships, went to BMW, Audi, BMW, and then Audi again. Although Wehrlein did win a championship for Mercedes. Here's an interesting one for you, Byron. You would think in a three-manufacturer championship that winning the championship with the driver would actually mean you won the team's championship, the manufacturer championship, that your car scored the most points. And that is actually incorrect for all of those years, because Audi won the driver's title, BMW won the constructors, BMW won the drivers, Audi won the constructors, Mercedes-Benz won the drivers, BMW won the constructors, and BMW won the drivers, and Audi won the constructors. It never matches up. I mean, it does periodically. 2018, 2021, 2019 and 2020 were dominant by Audi, so they smoked the field at that time period. It's remarkably different champions between the manufacturers and the drivers.
I would suspect that just one of them didn't have their sabotage done correctly in a given year.
I'll tell you who had the sabotage done right. It was Audi in 2019. Hang on, let me pull up the stats here. Because they dominated. They dominated like you could not believe. So if you pull up the 2019 stats pit, René Rast won the championship for Audi. Nico Muller, Mike Rockenfeller were also in the top four. It was a considerable domination by one brand that I don't think I had ever seen before that, to be honest. There were a couple of BMWs in the mix. Marco Wittmann was up there. Philip Eng was up there. But that was really about it. And then, yeah, if we extend it to the top 8, you then include Loic Duval and Jamie Green. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the top 8 drivers, all from the same brand.
And that brand was Marlboro.
I also like that year because they also did the Super Crossover race with the Super Series Japan, and that was pretty fun actually. You had Honda, Nissan, and Lexus join the grid for 2 races. They did a Hockenheim race, and then they went over to the Fuji Speedway and had the DTM cars racing in Super GT there. So we had drivers like Nick Cassidy, Ronnie Kitolaro, Jenson Button, former F1 champion, for a hot second.
And then if they tied, they had to do crazy carpets down Mount Fuji.
No, essentially the hometown teams kind of dominated both races because
I prefer my
well, the top finishing Super GT car at Hockenheim was 9th place over the 2 races, and that meant that they would have scored 2 points. That did not work out. How'd they do it, Fuji, actually? Fuji's not on this page, is the problem. Fuji Speedway, please. Can I not get results? There we are. And yeah, at the Fuji Speedway. Are you not going to give me the results? You are not going to give me the results. That is harsh. Oh well. It is what it is. Anyways, that's your history lesson on DTM. Scott Nick in the chat. Hello, here I am. And we honestly, we're going to continue whether you gave us permission or not, Scott. To be honest.
Actually, now we're probably just going to shut it down.
Oh. Well, that had the opposite impact.
No race for you. Maybe. Probably won't.
I mean, we'll.
It's possible.
Let's see here. Pulling up the results from the season, which we are using liveries from here. No one is racing Edo Martar's livery, and I honestly does like that because it is my favorite livery. Guys, come on, show me some love. Bring me the lovely green and blue. Pick up Dirk Greshel here. He's in 10th place at the moment, sharing row 5 with RWB Rigel, the championship leader. Did have a personal best sector 1, but didn't get a great sector 2 in. See if he can turn it around here in sector 3. Probably not. I can't actually make out the gaps there, unfortunately. So he ended up way off. So we missed some kind of large mishap there. 34.385. That is well off his pace.
I believe he had a mishap with a truckload of penguins.
Jake Wilson sporting the Pink Panther EWT car. What do you think, Byron? You like the Pink Panther car?
I mean, it'd be funnier if it had a tail.
It would. Actually, this one seems very subdued. Usually they're a little bit more pink. Whoa!
Yoicks.
Speaking of not subdued, lost the back end there. Pick up Dirk Greshel in the BW Bank car, which I wouldn't really like because it's just a black car, but it is driven by Canadian Bruno Spengler, the only Canadian to win the DTM title. He's got another purple, or he's got another blue, not green. I will get the colors right at some point. Personal best first sector.
I believe that's chartreuse.
He's got a better second. Let's see here. Can he get across the line with an improved time? Maybe. Nope. 29.278. Actually wasn't even close. About 0.6 off. Checking in on Antonio Costa, who of course has the notable distinction of driving a car that actually has his name on it. Because the driver of this car in real life was Antonio da Costa. It is fitting that Antonio Costa will be driving it.
Antonio da Costa de Lima da Silva.
I'll pull up his full name.
Oh no, we're gonna be here all day.
Antonio Maria de Merlo Brainer Felix da Costa.
Dang. Only a third of the way there, you could almost be Pablo, etc., Picasso.
Mm-hmm. That is how the Iberian Peninsula works its names. They are long.
They're weird folk.
Back to Dirk Greshel. Actually, now I'm curious because there's a Brazilian driver from that season. Oh, it's just Augusto Farfus Jr. Come on, Augusto, you're letting me down here. You'd like 10 more names on there.
And one of them better be Herculano.
Herculano. Gleason T-Bow. Why you do this?
Correct.
Gleason T-Bow, for those who are not in the know, is I don't even get what the deal with his name is, because neither Gleason nor T-Bow is his name. It's kind of weird. His name is it's Johnny Gleason Herculano Alves, which sounds amazing. I don't know why you wouldn't just use that name.
That is what I've been saying for a long time.
And who almost beat Habib Nurmagomedov. And to be honest, at the time, I scored it before. Having watched it back since, I have changed my team.
Bandwagoner.
Well,
dare you
I
abandon Herculano?
I wouldn't even say. Well, I was never on T-Bow's. Sir, my first time seeing T-Bow fight was at UFC 65 when he fought Nick Diaz and got turned into a basketball at one point. So I can't say I was ever on the bandwagon. It's kind of amazing to think of the career that Gleason T-Bow had being unwrestlable, basically. And then he rolls out there for his UFC debut and gets out-wrestled by Nick Diaz.
Well, to be fair, Nick Diaz is 5,000 feet tall.
Made of railroad spikes.
No, he's made out of slightly damped noodles, but...
Well, that wouldn't be very good for wrestling now, would it?
He's very flexible.
T-Bow is sadly on a 3-fight losing skid. In fairness, he lost to Magomed Kirimov, who's actually a pretty good fighter, and Alexei Kunchenko, who is also a pretty good fighter. So, you know, it's fine. As we pick up Jake Wilson, 19th place at the moment. Best time is a 30.328. Looks like he is going to beat that. Around here, somebody gets in the background. Will he improve his position and his time? Position, yes. Time, yes. Up to 17th place. 29.856. So he joins the sub 1 minute 30 club, which now includes 17 different drivers. The only people outside of that right now are Mad Al down. Ricardo Costa up in 15th place. Good to see him with a decent qualifying run. He's a guy who has struggled at times, if we're being honest. And with time running down, it looks like he is going to be in the top 20. Good. Has checked. Personal best first sector, working on the second sector. And coming to the line. Does he have an improvement? Might. Probably not, though. See. Oh, he did. So time is run out. That means that everyone can finish the lap that they are currently on. With Tobias Theerwolf, Clyde Britton, Bertrand Barrier, Josiah Jerome in 4th place. Yeah. Followed by Max Haas, Judy, Martin Edmonds, Henrik Andreasen, RWB Rigel, Dirk Preschel, Raul Valoria, Nigel Wood, Magic Kashchuk, Antonio Costa, Ricardo Costa. No relation to my knowledge. Max Simmons, Jake Wilson, Mad Al, John Barker, and Rick Martel. Top 20. And after that it is Xavier Eugeni, RWB Marco, and RWB Audi. It should be mentioned Xavier does still have 1 lap to finish. He is out there. He will get to try and finish it. I think that is... Yep, that is the end of it. So that is your grid.
Congratulations to everybody who finished in the top 24.
Is anyone out of place in your opinion, Byron? Anyone you're looking for a charge from the back, or maybe someone who's a little ahead of where they?
I mean, it's a little weird that Max Simmons is down to the bottom, like 3rd.
He's not seemingly been as fast in these DTM cars. Kind of noticed him being a little bit more mid-pack than we're used to seeing him, because of course he's kind of been the dominant force in ESR, at least consistently, for the last little bit of time. And to see him down in, well, 16th place. It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. But it's good to see Josiah back at the front. We might finally see him making a run for a podium here, Byron.
Well, I mean, all he has to do is have a hot start, put the top 3 guys in the hospital, and then he's smooth sailing from there on out.
So
Easy money.
So today we have one 60-minute race. No sprint, no nothing like that. We are going for it. Next on the schedule, by the way, in 2 weeks' time, we are going on March 4th to the Hungaroring. Then it is on March 18th. We will be at Moscow Raceway for a sprint race. Not sure what layout of the track they're going to use for that. Nürburgring, and then on April 1st, and then on April 15th, we round off the season at Zandvoort, which should be fun. These cars at Zandvoort can be a little ridiculous, if I'm being entirely honest.
Make sure to pack a sandwich for the Zandvoort.
We wait for the warm-up to finish up here, and everyone is assembling on the grid. Tobias Thierolf will lead us away.
How far away?
Well, depends when everyone joins.
That is fair.
But it will be in the next 12 seconds at the latest. Grid is formed up, and we await for the green lights to send us into action. And we, come on, there we go. We are off. Tobias Thierolf all the way in the black number 10 car, and everything else is a mix behind because we have like 5, 6 wide heading into turn 1. Man, Thierolf got away really well. Josiah Jerome is in the fight there for a top spot, as well as Max Haas and Bertrand Barrier. Barrier in second place, Josiah Jerome in third place. So it is Audi, BMW, Audi here early. Clyde Britton gets squeezed back a little bit. He started on the front row, or not the front row, but third place, and is going to lose a spot there to Max Haas for fourth place. On board with Clyde Britton now as he chases down Max Haas. Almost a second lead already for Tobias Thierolf. What has that man done? He has aced the start in a manner that I have seldom seen, if I'm being entirely honest here. Rounding off the top 10, we got Andrew D, Henrik Andreasen, RWB Rigel, Martin Evans has been shuffled back a couple spots down to 9th place, and Magic Kazjuks up to 10th. On board with Jake Wilson as he tries to run down the battle between Max Simmons and Nigel Wood. That's not a new battle to us, obviously. We've seen that play out a couple times. Simmons is the white car, Wood is in the blue and yellow. The Euronics car. Jake Wilson getting a little bit out of shape there, gets bumped a little bit by Ricardo Costa. A little bit of a bump pass. Probably legal.
Is this not hit to pass?
No.
Why not?
You would not do these cars that hit to pass because these cars have super light bodies on them. They're silhouette cars as opposed to road legal cars. And that means that, well, they crumple very, very easily. That's what I'm getting at. As Tobias Thierolf is pulling a disappearing act out front, he is up 1.5 seconds already. I mean, it's early days. It's a 60-minute race. There's a pit stop involved as we're on board with Henrik Andreasen, who trails Andrew D in the battle for 5th place. RWB Rigel is up to 7th. Championship leader is advancing through the field. And further back, Xavier Eugeni and RWB Audi struggling over 20th place. John Barker, the big loser at the start, he's at the back of the pack.
Perhaps he is barking up the wrong tree.
It's possible that that is the case. On board with Clyde Britton. Him and Max Haas had both made it past. Hang on, what has happened? Oh, Josiah Jerome has slipped back to 10th place. I wonder what happened there. He is moved from a podium to barely in the top 10. That is not good, but there is a lot of overtaking that can be done around Lauson's ring, so a comeback is possible. Assuming his car is not carrying any significant damage, and it doesn't look like it is. Although the car that is holding some damage is Ricardo Costa, who I'm going to take control of here to have a look at real quick. Doesn't look particularly damaged. You can see a little bit of dent on the front, though. Looks like he has front-ended something.
It's probably a moose. You know, you gotta watch out for that sort of thing.
Well, not here, sir. Not here.
Maybe they should introduce them.
I feel like introducing any large wildlife near a racetrack is probably just asking for trouble.
You say trouble, I say ratings.
I mean, I guess you're not wrong. I guess I can't argue that point. We haven't tried it, so we don't know that it wouldn't be ratings, I guess. Still holding on to third place, Max Haas on board with Mad Al. He's going side by side with Antonio Costa. Or pardon me, this is Antonio Costa. Pardon me. Mad Al is the car he's going side by side with. Oh, like there was some contact there. Mad Al goes on through. Dirk Greshel's had a rough start to the race. We haven't really seen what happened to him, but he's down to 15th place. So, a guy who was, you know, towards the tail end of the top 10 in qualifying is not there now. And Clyde Britton moving into third place.
Yeah, Scott Nick's on board with my animal shenanigans. He wants a giraffe. I was thinking we'd drop in one moose and one bear and just see what happens.
Dirk Greschel going side by side with Jake Wilson through the early part of the lap. Wilson is into 15th place as well. Greschel is up. Xavier Eugeni's up to 18th, along with RWB Audi. Rick Martel falling back, as well as RWB Marco right now. And further back, that is the battle that I was talking about. Xavier Eugeni in the black, RWB Audi in the Rockefeller inspired Schaeffler livery, the yellow and green. Who's got the fastest lap so far? The answer to that question would surprise me, because I was pretty sure I was going to be saying Tobias Thierol. Clyde Britton, actually. 28.882 last time around. Fastest lap of the race.
Clyde Drexler?
Clyde Britton, sir. Not Drexler. Although Clyde Drexler, I'm sure, would be amazing.
That's a pretty long car.
Pretty tall one indeed. Xavier Eugeni working his way through. 17th place behind with RWB Audi in behind him. These two have been just kind of, I guess, working together. Also, of course, these cars equipped with DRS. You can see that with the green DRS appears. That is where they use the drag reduction system, which allows them to go faster in a straight line. But if you try to turn with it on, bad things will happen. We'll just leave it at that. As Josiah Jerome moves up to 9th place, overtaking Magic Cascia in the Red Bull liveried BMW. Nigel Wood has gotten some separation from Max Simmons, and that's a good place to be. Val Valoria, Matt Al battling for it. Valoria in the green, or the black and red, and the gray is Mad Al sporting the Paul DeResta livery. There is Nigel Wood. We were just talking about him. He is running towards the top 10. He's the top 10 right in front of him in the form of the Red Bull livery car of Magic Cascia. New fastest lap of the race, 28.731. That is Tobias Thierol, who is 3+ seconds up the road from Bertrand Barrier. It looks like he's trying to make up for lost time after that double DNF at Northrum.
Nose ring? Who's got a nose ring?
That was the track we did last time, which was kind of like figure eight, basically.
Oh my god.
Not on board, but looking at Martin Emmons there in the Playboy Bunny car. He's ahead of championship leader RWB Rigel and behind Henrik Andreasen. And that is Clive Britton and Max Haas. So Haas is still hanging on to Clive. Good to see. Xavier Jenny has dropped to the back of the pack. Don't know what happened there. The Mercedes driver from Spain. It's quite a ways back there as we pick up RWB Rigel, Josiah Jerome, Magic Kazchuk, as well as Nigel Wood. Nigel Wood going side by side with Kazchuk, trying to get 10th place. Not going to happen this time. It does feel like a matter of time. Interesting that Kazchuk using the DRS here, because it's a little bit of a short straight to be doing that. You get 3 activations of that per lap, assuming that you're close enough to activate it. And it's just a little bit weird that that would be a spot he would like to use it. Maybe just using it defensively. Just trying to get a little bit of distance from Nigel Wood. And there is the DRS again. Not from Nigel though. So it was Nigel. Oh, there we are. Nigel very late.
What you gotta do is hit DRS right before you get into a chicane so you can just jump over the whole thing.
Oh god, that would be a terrible idea. It is such a bad idea.
The best idea.
Kazchuk able to hold the DRS open actually through the banking. So that's I was kind of wondering if banking would be a problem for the DRS, but it looks like it is. Yeah, check in with the battle for Deutsche Post supremacy between Bertrand Barrier and Clyde Britton battling for second place in the Timo Galat car. We have a notice from chat. Andrew D once again impressing, and that is definitely correct. Andrew D is up in 5th place. Antonio Costa, he's having a rough day. We're used to seeing him pretty far in front. To see him back here in 19th place is a little bit odd. It's Rick Martel on his tail. ESR veteran of the Zero Racing League, which I used to admin back in the day, and also where Byron got his commentary.
That's not true. We started doing tanks.
Oh, I meant motors. But yes.
Oh. Well, I mean, tanks got motors.
That's true. You got me there, I guess. You got me there. On board with Costa. Tries to run down RWB Marco. He will get past, although he is carrying some damage. Front end looks a little bit banged up. Max Haas on the charge. Trying to get in on this Deutsche Post fun. 3 BMW, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So the BMW is looking strong here today. I would say Audi's looking strong, but to be honest, not really. It's just Tobias Thierolf is doing his thing. And speaking of Audi, RWB Audi overtaking Mad Al for 50th place. And Jake Wilson and Raul Valoria battling over 50. Which, there it is. Jake Wilson in the Pink Panther. Valoria in the seemingly very popular with the Spanish crowd, red and black livery. I believe, if I'm not very much mistaken, that is the livery of Miguel Molina, who is a Spanish driver who was in DTM for a number of years. And that may explain the popularity. Adel still on the tail of RWB Audi, one of my favorite liveries, 99 Schaeffler car. Side-by-side action for second place. Clive Britton going for it. Looks like he's got it. Max Haas might also have it. REA stays in the sandwich, at least. 3rd place for the Frenchman. Ireland to the front. We almost have a double German podium right now, as Haas is trying to get there. Further back, Nigel Wood's up into the top 10 now, having moved into 9th place. And it looks like Josiah Jerome has had a problem. He has slipped to the back of the pack. And we also have a new fastest lap, 28.534. That is Tobias Thierolf. Now 6.3 seconds out in front. My God, Tobias, you don't need to completely demoralize the field like this.
Destroy.
He is a two-time winner in this series, having won at the Hockenheim and the Red Bull Ring. And my brother wants me to call him, which is interesting.
What does he want you to call him?
Well, he wants me to call him like on the phone.
Oh. I thought he wanted you to talk dirty.
We're going to a weird place, and it's not that kind of website, sir.
That's what I'm here for.
Max Haas moving into third place. Getting around Bertrand Barrier. Barrier trying to go for it down the inside. Nah, he thinks better. And Haas is up to third. So Barrier just a lap ago was in second place and has fallen down to third. Rough times for him as we approach the 1/4 mark of the race.
2 more quarters, we'll be over halfway.
Adel and RWB Audi continue to swap places and battle it out, but keeping it nice and clean. 18th and 16th. Not many cars have gotten below the 129 threshold in the race. The only ones that have are the 3 cars currently on the podium at Andrew D. Interestingly, not Bertrand Barrier, who looked like he was going to be a lock for the podium. Honestly, at the start, it looked like he was blown away a little bit, but it has not been the case. I'm not sure when the pit window is going to open up. It might be about now. There you go. Look at that. Psychic. We ride on board with championship leader RWB Rigel, who runs in 7th place ahead of Martin Edmonds. Further up, that is Henrik Andreasen, looking to become the top Mercedes driver as he battles it out with Andrew D, and it looks like he might get past him. RWB Rigel hangs on against Martin Edmonds. That's an important battle for the championship.
Loser has to leave Ontario. Oh wait, I don't think either of those guys live in Ontario.
Neither of them. I don't believe Martin has ever lived in Ontario, and I believe RWB Rigel's not even from the same country.
Winner gets to bomb Ontario. No, wait, that's probably not also good.
Matt Simmons battling with Raul Valoria over 12th place. We saw Max towards the top 10, and suddenly he seems to have hit a bit of a wall. We know that he likes to go super late on the pit stops, so we will see if he tries to go for an overcut strategy here. Pick up on board with Martin Edmonds in the Playboy Bunny car.
The Playboy Bunny.
Mm-hmm. On the tail of championship leader RWB Rigel. Andrew D going for a move. Saw the alert on the auto director, and here we are.
Manual with the electric slide.
Little manual control. But it looks like Henrik Andreasen will hold on for now. Meantime, Max Haas is right up on Clyde Britton. They are going side by side. Haas, I think, has got it. He's got the inside line, and he'll take it. Max Haas to the front, German 1-2. Well, not to the front, but second place. RWB Rigel overtaken by Martin, but it looks like we picked up the tail end of that as Martin overshoots the corner and hits the grass. Rigel back in. 12 or 7. Further back, we got Josiah Jerome trying to charge back through the field after what appears to have been like 2 problems. He is up on the tail of Rick Martel, so Rick a little bit of love. ESR Classic, and at one time, the guy who a lot of people thought was going to be the next Mike Stockville, Josiah Jerome. 12th place. 20th place. Bob Britton still battling it. Not done with Max Haas. Not done in the battle for top BMW honors here.
I think that's a pretty easy title to claim. You just don't use turn signal, right? That's top BMW.
Well, I think that applies to both Mercedes and Audi as well.
Fair.
Trying to think, which of these three brands has almost run me over more times than the other ones? It's a pretty close race. Clive Britton thought about it, tucks back in behind, and does not try to make that much of an issue on the matter. Max Haas holds the second for now. We've been riding with this battle for a while. There is... Oh, hang on. RWB Marco off the track and out of the race.
Must have hit deer.
Andrew D on the tail of Henrik Andreasen. Battle for fifth place. Andreasen did recently overtake D, so I'm not sure if he had... Well, I mean, the same thing can be said for Clive Britton next up. Check back in with them. That battle for second place going on. In third. Try and make things happen. There's also a battle going on between Matt Al and RWB Audi that's been going on all race. Ricardo Costa and John Barker appear to be getting real close together. So let's take a look at that for a second. That is Barker in the white BMW. That is Costa in the orange Audi, and he goes around the outside. Gets the job done. All right. Andrew D's got a run. Why, Britton's also got a run, but we'll look at D for now. All right, D is through. Can Britton do the same? No. Door shut by Max Haas. RWB Rigel overtaking Henrik Andreasen. I think Henrik had a problem there when he went for the overtake on D. And it gave a run to the championship leader, who's going to move into sixth place. Back Antonio Costa coming up in behind John Barker. Costa in the Puma liveried car. Costa in the BMW 100th anniversary factory livery. And also in that battle is Josiah Jerome. So it's a three-way fight. Three wide, and Josiah's going to overtake them both. Got a little bit of lag there, it looks like. But yeah, Josiah says bye-bye to both of them, and John Barker gets shuffled behind Costa as well.
Josiah clearly using a lag bot to cheat, which I approve of.
I approve of this idea. You have Henrik Andreasen, who's on the tail of RWB Audi. And behind them, that is Martin Edmonds in the Playboy car. Raul Valoria dropping back a fair bit. Looks like he's picked up a little bit of damage. Thinking, yeah, it would probably be worth pitting right now. We are approaching the halfway mark of the race. Less than 40 minutes to go here. Your third done. I think a pit stop is not out of the question. And apparently Antonio Costa is of the same idea as he rolls down the pit. He'll be our first man to serve his mandatory.
But will he get time off for good behavior?
Probably not. Matt Allen, RWB Audi going at it again for 14th place now. Side by side. And in the background, Josiah Jerome making a move on Ricardo Costa. Oh, whoa! Audi shutting the door a little forcefully there on Matt Al. Gets the job done, and we're with this for a bit because Josiah's coming through. We know he's got pace. We know he's got speed. He started this race in P4. So being back here and battling for P14, not exactly where the number 17 car wants to be. And he goes down the inside of Matt Al, and he's got it. And also coming through is Ricardo Costa. They are piling on through here. Antonio Costa also in the mix. 5-car fight here. Josiah going down the inside of RWB Audi.
Oh.
What a move! Audi tried to shut the door, and also Matt Al getting punted out a little bit wide there as well. I didn't see what happened to Matt Al. you see Byron use the slow-moving car in the background?
Not specifically, no. I just saw the red car get bumped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, RWB Audi trying to shut the door, and it did not work. And not only cost him to Josiah Jerome, but has allowed both the Costas through, Antonio and Ricardo. Further up, Jake Wilson on the tail of Max Simmons. Gonna make the move stick there in the Pink Panther. Down the outside, not work out. Simmons retains. Ricardo Costa on the attack here. Antonio Costa's gotten past both of them. Which is interesting. Not sure how that happened. Ricardo Costa on the charge against Martin Emmons. Oh, we got someone falling backwards through the field. It's actually a battle between RWB Rigel and Henrik Andreasen over 6th place. Looks like Rigel has a try. That is not Rigel. Don't know why we're looking at that car. Is a Red Bull car. Not sure what the deal is there.
It's a 2-for-1 deal. You click on one name, you get an extra car.
Meantime, Britain has taken 2nd place off of Max Haas. The Deutsche Boys car back ahead of the Puma car. Let's see. Now, one of these guys is going to be considering an underpoint, trying to play a little bit of tactics here. Kind of in a two-way fight. They don't really have anyone else to worry about. They were 0.8 of a second faster that last lap than Bertrand Barrier. They are 7+ seconds clear of him. So presumably, should be okay. Not sure what was up with RWB Rigel. He is being shown in 22nd place. Oh, he's at the side of the track. RWB Rigel has come to a standstill because he is the championship leader.
Without him, there is no championship.
Oh, it's not bad. He's winning the championship, and not by lots. He's 19 points ahead of Bertrand Barrier. He's only 20 points ahead of Tobias Thierol, and he's only 27 ahead of Antonio Costa and 29 ahead of Martin Emmons. So they all should overtake him. Basically off this because he's stationary. He's not going anywhere. Meantime, Max Haas trying to attack Clyde Britton once again. He wants that 2nd place back. Down the inside he goes. Not really sure why more cars aren't taking a defensive line through here to cut that inside line off, but well, there you go. For the time being, it is still the Deutsche Post card front, but the inside line is there. Max Haas into 2nd place. What an overtake. It took 3 corners to make happen. And it's not done. It's not done. No one told Clyde Britton this was done. He's back up into 2nd place in the Deutsche Bank car in the yellow. In the Puma gray, it is Max Haas. Jake Wilson, in the meantime, back on the tail. Oh, Max, that's a little cheeky. Max shuts the door hard. We'll continue on. Holding on to 11th place. Raul Valoria is parked it. He is out of the race, joining RWB Marco. Rick Martel on the attack against John Barker. I wonder if maybe if Valoria's car was not able to be repaired at the pit stop, perhaps because that's not how that car is supposed to go, John. That's not where the track is.
No, Rigel's in chat. Apparently his ping just went nuts.
Ping kicked. Well, that is a huge blow for the championship leader, because he's going to drop, I would say, probably out of the top 10 off that.
That does indeed hugely blow.
Jake Wilson still on the tail of Max Simmons, and further up, Clyde Britton and Max Haas are still battling, along with Bertrand Barrier and Andrew D. And in the pits comes Henrik Andreasen. Clyde Britton looking for a move. I don't think one is on right now. Andrew D being up on Bertrand Barrier is just weird. Barrier is like mired in the high 29s for lap time right now. Has not broken the 129 mark. By the way, in the pits, we also have Magic Pass Check. So pit stops are occurring as we speak. A couple of guys going for a bit of an undercut.
And I believe Tobias Theerwolf has indeed lapped the entire field 9 times. Which may or may not be accurate.
No, he has I don't think he's lapped it actually yet. Outside of course, Valoria, Rigel, and Marco, who are out of the race. Possible, I suppose. Maybe one of the pit stop cars. That's about it. By the way, drive-through penalty for speeding in the pit lane for Henrik Andreasen. That's not good. Andrew D going for 4th place, and I think he's going to get it. He's got the overlap. He's got the inside line. Here we go. Yep. Easily in front. That's been the popular overtaking spot right there. Andrew D is in 4th place. Wow. It's a day for the Canadian. So 3 cars have pitted. Andreasen, Kazchuk, and Valoria. Valoria out of the race anyways, though. Kazchuk is the only one of those that really is worth keeping an eye on. Martin Edmonds in the pit. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Martin Edmonds is in the pit, and it's not even halfway through the race. Nigel Wood also in. Whoa! Bertrand, that is not... That's not where you're supposed to go, Bertrand. Oh, that's the pit stop. That's the pit lane, okay. No, it's the pit lane. So Barrier in the pits. A couple of cars. Exactly.
It's okay. I know a shortcut.
No, it's your cut. Pit lane is a long cut. I didn't realize that was the pit lane. He's rolling on down here. A couple of cars in. So who's your bet? Max Simmons going to be the last one to pit, or is somebody going to stretch the legs of Max? We saw it last round. Not last round, but the round before that at Red Bull Ring.
I believe Rigel will go through this whole race without pitting.
That's true. He is also out of the race.
Wow, you didn't say it had to be somebody current.
True enough. Dirk Greshel also in the pit lane right now. No real battles going on track right now, so we'll just kind of enjoy the pit lane activity. Watching as people pull off. Oh, somebody got a drive-through penalty there for speeding in the pits. I didn't see who it was though. I have very low quality on the. Oh, there we go. I can get it on the YouTube. Ricardo Costa. Ricardo Costa, you've been fined 20 credits for a violation of the verbal code. We'll keep an eye at Tobias Theerwolf in the pit lane. So the leader is in. We're going to watch his pit stop.
Slops gas all over car.
I assume they're taking on fuel, but I actually don't know. I know that in this game, tires are required for a mid-court pit stop, but fuel is not. So I don't know what the common wisdom of the field is, whether you start with a full tank of gas or not. By the way, Andrew D is taking the lead. That's literally just because his pit stall is further down the pit lane than Tobias Theerwolf. Who's still out on track? Jake Wilson? Nope, Jake's coming in. Max is coming in. Josiah Jerome is coming in. Man, they're all coming in. Couple still out there. Antonio Costa will take the lead. Oh no, Theerwolf is up and running. And heading out. There he is. Will he retain? Nope, Costa will take the lead for a little bit at least. Antonio Costa yet to pit. 5 Britain in. I think it's really just down to Antonio. He's going long. Putting a lap there on, I think, RWB Audi most likely, but he is also still yet to pit. Simmons, Wilson, and Josiah Jerome in the pits as we speak. Matt Al is also going along in the Mercedes. Got 2 overcutters. So let's see here. Who are the big winners on the pit stops so far? Nigel Wood is a big winner. He's bypassed Kazchuk as well as Edmonds. A couple spots. Henrik Andreasen, the big loser, although that is because I think he got a speeding in the pit lane. That explains where he is. Probably has already served that. Ricardo Costa will also have problems because he got a pit lane penalty. And we got another one coming up here as Matt Al comes in. This one is to Jake Wilson. That's a shame. I was actually really looking forward to Jake Wilson versus Max Simmons on track, but that drive-through penalty probably will scupper that fight. And Bertrand Barrier going back at it with Andrew D. This is effectively the battle for 4th place. It is 6th on track right now, but they will overtake Costa and Matt Al as they are in the pits as we speak.
If he hits him hard enough, he may destroy the concrete barrier, though.
He may. Bertrand has the DRS. Andrew does not. Puts Andrew in a very uncomfortable position. He is 6+ seconds behind the battle for 2nd between Clive Britton and Max Haas, which is kind of terminated a little bit, actually. It's about 3 seconds. So we got this battle on track. Henrik Andreasen's on the tail of Josiah Jerome as well. But those are the only combinations that are within a second of each other. So things have settled down here after the pit stops. Let's see if they kick off again. By the way, Antonio Costa has served his pit, or went into the pits, but apparently has not served his actual pit stop. It's saying he still needs to pit. It has not turned green.
Maybe it means that he is the pits.
Could mean that he didn't change his tires.
Huh?
Which again is the requirement. You must change at least 2 tires.
We have a question in chat about where Badowski is tonight. No one knows, but we're suspecting he is in jail. We're trying to fist fight him.
Down the inside!
Oh, baby.
He's got it. And this was good. He got that done early. He's got DS, and D does not. He needs to make amazing use out of this now. This needs to be a rapido lap for Mr. Barrier. He needs to put out the gap. We'll see if he can do that.
Gap lap.
Keeping an eye out to see if anyone's got a new fastest lap. No, the current fastest lap. No, actually, is no longer in Tobias's hands. New fastest lap, Max Haas, 28.468. And that was actually beaten, I spoke too soon, by Clive Britton, 28.29. Fastest laps. It's rolling on. Barrier's got a little bit of breathing room right now. He needs to make the absolute most of this DRS. Ideally, if he can pull out a second, he can rob D of a comeback lap. We'll see. It's not there yet. It's up to 0.7 of a second. DRS, come on, do it, do it. Does he not have one left? He might not have one left. Oh,
You think people would do that? Just use DRS to DMT?
yes. All right, Andrew D, now the hunter. Barrier, the prey. We'll probably be sticking with this for a fair bit. There's the DRS open for D. Zips right up to the back of him. And now he's going to go for the overtake. Same one that Barrier got him with. And now here's the question. Byron, can he pull out that second gap, or are we just going to be right back here next turn, or next lap, with Barrier overtaking D?
I'm going to give that a solid maybe.
There's the DRS application. That's 2. He's got 1 left. If I were him, I would save it for the main straight. Let's see what he does. He's not going to pull out a second, though. It's very close right now. He's only got a quarter of a second. He needs a mistake from Barrier if he's actually going to pull away here, and eliminate the DRS advantage for the next lap. There it is. That DRS is worth about quarter of a second. Get out to about a half second. Keeps it on. Keeps it on.
What's that in Australian dollars?
They're coming up to lap, I believe that is Xavier Eugeni. But as for what it is in Australian dollars, I don't know, sir. He will keep the lead. Maybe he does have this. We'll see. REA with an unimpressive 30.112 there. Slowest lap of the entire top 10 that last time around. Josiah Jerome is on the attack against Henrik Andresen. Andresen in the gray Mercedes. Red and black Audi is the trademark car of Josiah Jerome. And Costa still has not served his mandatory pit stop. That is going to be a big time penalty if you can't sort that out. John Barker falling down a lap, as well as Xavier Eugeni and Ricardo Costa.
If you're in the DMT league, you have 2 choices: serve a penalty or race fast enough that the penalty is negated.
Matt Allen, RWB Audi are back at it. This is over 14th position. In the meantime, Clyde Britton going side by side with Andrew D again, but cannot get the job done. Andrew D stops the door. By the way, Clyde Britton, not Clyde Britton, Bertrand Barrier finally under 29 second, or 129. I had to sneeze there. I put up a 128.942 last lap. And Max Simmons has fallen back into this fight between Andreasen and Josiah Jerome down the inside. Will be hung on for now. I believe that is Christian Victoris' livery that is being sported by Mr. Simmons. Christian!
Captain Charisma himself.
Mm-hmm. Underappreciated talent.
Right.
Although getting to do some cool stuff in AEW.
Well, that's good.
Had a whole storyline. Has currently the storyline with Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus.
Interesting. What happened to who's the little dude again?
Marco Stunt.
There you go. What happened to him?
I don't think he was ever really meant to be long time with AEW, if we're being honest.
No, he was with the company from the outset, from last time I watched.
Yeah, but they faded him out of the Jurassic Express storyline and just made it Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Boy and his dragon.
Well, that sounds like a missed opportunity and a bad idea.
Bertrand Barrier still on the fight with Andrew D here over 4th place. They have navigated around the lapped car of John Barker. Aria on the DRS trying to get the move done. Time running down here. We're approaching the 3/4 mark of the race, which will be the closing of the pit window, if I'm not very much mistaken. Down the inside goes Barrier, and that is 4th place back to him. And I say that because, of course, the closing of the pit window is bad news for Antonio Costa, because he still has not served his mandatory pit stop. He's been in the pits, but he's clearly getting something wrong.
He forgot to tip the concierge, therefore still got a pit.
Well, he's running out of time. He's got 55. Josiah Jerome has dropped off the back of Max Simmons, who's dropped off the back of Henrik Andreasen, so that's kind of sorted itself out. At least for the time being. I'm sure we'll be back to it at some point. Meantime, enjoy Bertrand Barrier and Andrew D. Oh, never mind. Josiah closing up nicely, actually. He, while we were talking, he took almost a half second out of Max Simmons here. Battle of the young guns of the ESR program. Josiah, former ESR Academy champion. Going around the outside. Turn to the inside. And wow, he took the long way around there, and he got the job done. Very impressive. Very impressive driving. That'll be 11th place for him. He's got top 10 pace. He just needs to eliminate the mistakes. A quick rundown here as we are less than 15 minutes to go. Tierolf leading from Haas, Britton, Barrier, D, Wood, Edmonds, D, Wood. Kastia, Breschel, and Andreasen, your top 10, followed by Jerome, Simmons, Costa, Audi, Al, Wilson, Martel, Barker, Eugenie, and Costa number 2. Sorry to say it, a little bit of the lesser Costa, but there he is, Ricardo Costa, bringing him here in 20th place.
The Costa doing business.
Well, Britain is actually caught up to the back end of Max Haas, so 2nd place is once again under siege. Last lap was a 28.891. It was a bad lap for it was quite a bad lap actually for Max Haas. He did a 30.2. And Ricardo Costa is parking the car. Come on, Ricardo.
He heard you talking shit. He's gonna come get you. You're getting out of the car right now.
He's getting out of the car. He's gonna come over from Portugal to kick my ass. Oh, there we go. We're back.
Looks like things are quite hostile.
So that may have been an intentional move from the producer here. I don't know. As apparently it was producer Nate's son who may have done something. And Clyde Britton is into 2nd place, displacing Max Haas.
You've been misplaced.
Further back, Josiah Jerome is on the attack again. We saw a great overtake of Max Simmons, and now Henrik Andreasen, you are in the sights of the tropical storm. Also for the back, Matt Al on the attack against RWB Audi again. These two have been like super close, like the entire race. Keeping an eye on the gap to see if I have to sprint back to Josiah versus Hendrick. Right now it's static at about a half second. So we'll give RWB Audi and Matt Al a little bit of love before we snap back to it, because Josiah is within a quarter of a second. Here we go. DRS is on. This is the favored spot. Let's see. Going to the inside is Josiah. Door is closed by Andreasen. That's some good work. Josiah's not done. We know Josiah will absolutely go around the outside here as he uses DRS. He wants that top 10. He wants that 10th place. Around the outside he goes. Can he make it happen? Can he do it again? I don't think he can. But he may still have one DRS shot left. Still side by side. Here we go. He's got the inside line. It's going to be the inside line, though, next corner for Andreasen. So close. Does he have a DRS left? Because that is going to be the key. Oh, Andreasen gets very squirrely. Come on, Josiah. Do you have DRS left? Oh, you do, but you lost control of the car. Meantime, Barrier and Andrew D battling over 4th place again. D is back in front. And, they are in some considerable traffic right now. That is actually, I believe, the battle between Mad Al and RWB Audi. So bad timing for these guys. Well, it could be good timing, could be bad timing. It's an opportunity, put it that way, as they're coming up on this blue flag traffic that is fighting tooth and nail over 14th place. I think Al and Audi will be pretty accommodating onto the blue flags, but we'll find out. Bertrand Barrier on the DRS. Andrew D does not have the same luxury. Through goes D on Mad Al. Through goes Barrier on Mad Al. D now has that DRS, is picking it up from the blue flag cars. Moving on down, moving on past RWB Audi. Trying to keep Audi between him and the charging form of Bertrand Barrier, and it's going to work for now. Give Mad Al a little bit of love as he might have an opportunity here. Audi gets very wide. Mad Al is through 14th place. The battle of the RWB admins. Jake Wilson in the Pink Panther is now in this fight as well, trying to recover from his earlier drive-through penalty. So you would think Wilson is the faster of these three cars. He was further up. Obviously, he's with them despite having a penalty, so we'll see what he can do.
He's just going to use the hydraulics and tilt the car up to go around corners better.
Here comes Bertrand Barrier, trying to make the best of a DRS run to the start-finish line. Keep it on this lap. That is the question. This is an opportunity. We get it done. By the way, fastest lap has once again changed hands. It is Clyde Britton for the 28.156. He had the fastest lap before that, but it was taken by Tobias Thierolf at 28.248. Clyde Britton, by the way, on the charge and trying to get back into second place against Max Haas. He's got the DRS advantage. Looking around the outside. Haas getting defensive. Back Barrier all over the back. Andrew D and Josiah Jerome on the charge as well. Should be mentioned that I'm pretty sure that Thierolf's fastest lap by definition, probably has to be without DRS, so he probably is the fastest man on track, unassisted. Clyde Britton's still trying to get that spot, though. He does have the fastest lap officially. I'm running down here just over 6 minutes to go. It's a minute and a half per lap, so we're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 laps? Maybe 5 laps around the Laus. REA down the inside. He's got it, at least for now. At least for now.
At least for the next 8 seconds.
Well, I would hope for more than 8 seconds, although D is trying to make a move. No. Not really work out when we pick up Josiah Jerome in the twisty bits, trying to get past Henrik Andreasen. RWB Audi's also all over the back of Matt Al, as well as Jake Wilson there. It's that three-way battle. We'll give them a little bit of love, but I'll keep an eye on the battle for second place and hop us there if we need to. So Matt Al's going to hang on for the time being. Clyde Britton going for it. Into the embankment, and he has got it. That is a great time for him to get it because Max Haas is not going to have DRS. Clyde Britton still does have DRS, and that should shut down everybody's favorite overtake location right here.
I'm saying, man, just use it right before the chicane and jump the whole thing. You save at least 5 seconds.
You would not. You'd end up in the freaking wall.
No.
I don't think you understand the dynamics of how these cars behave under DRS, my friend.
Hey, I'm a semi-professional Trackmania track designer. I know exactly how this works.
This is Josiah getting past Henrik Andreasen. So that is 10th place. Tropical Depression with 4 minutes to go. Pay a little attention to this as Britton has pulled out about a half second over Haas. See if that goes. Andreasen has DRS. Josiah does not. Jake Wilson has gotten past RWB Audi and is trying to get past Mad Al. That close, though. Andreasen is the danger man. Just a 10th of a second. He got the job done. Tenth place on the line here. It's important for Andreasen, who is in the championship hunt. Although, we're going to be 4 rounds in, and Tobias Thierolf is going to have 3 wins to his name. And apparently there's a drop score in play. So his miss at the Norris Ring, not going to be that big of a problem. As long as it doesn't happen again. Jake Wilson trying to get the job done. Down the inside of Mad Al. It's 13th place. Not much else up for grabs here in the last 2 minutes and change. But he kind of feels where they're going to be. I mean, Antonio Costa and Rick Martel are close together. Costa has been a little bit faster, but of course, Costa also, I do believe, is facing a pit stop penalty for not taking his pit stop. He was in the pits, I think twice actually. The problem is he did not actually clear the pit stop that he needs to clear. So Martel having a really solid day up in 16th place. Round of applause for Rick, please.
Clappy, 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 clap.
Clappy, clap, clap. Tries to hang on against Antonio Costa, and I think this is the big fight. Although Haas back within a second of Clyde Britton. Maybe there's something there for second place. Martel sporting the Maxi Goots livery. And of course, Antonio Costa, we talked about before in the Felix da Costa. RWB Audi versus Mad Al. I'm running down. Probably 2 laps to go. That's where Tobias Theerolf is. Yeah, they'll get a lap after this. Without particular difficulty. And Audi's going to get it. So Audi ahead of Mad Al. I do wonder if that was the right move, actually, because if there is one more lap, if he has ceded the DRS advantage for that lap to Mad Al. Although Mad Al is not done with. Costa is through on Rick Martel. Is the one thing I would kind of honestly like to be the trailing car heading into the last lap. You get that DRS, and maybe, just maybe, you get a run. Whereas now, Audi is in full defense mode. But some people like it that way.
So you got to be the lead car, so when they hit the DRS, you just, put it in neutral and let them push.
Max Haas is going for it here on the final lap. He's gotten back past Clyde Britton into second place. And the DRS advantage is probably going to guarantee him that spot. Because Britton does not have it. Haas does. I think he timed that beautifully. Did Mad Al do the same? On the last lap, with DRS, lap 40 of 40, here today, DRS applied by Mad Al. Can he get the job done? Britton is not going away, though. He is still all over the back end of Max Haas. DRS or no DRS, he wants that spot. And Mad Al is, well, he's threatening again. We'll be hopping back and forth between these two battles, and maybe Dirk Breschel is closing in on Magic Cash Jug. That battle for 8th place.
That wacky, angry Albert.
Mad Al looking for it. Checker flag is out. We officially have a winner.
Oh God, it's Martin Edmonds with the chair.
I got Martin with a chair. Greshel's falling back. Britton falling back as well. It's really down to just can Mad Al get this 14th place. And I don't think he will. We have music, apparently.
I thought that was me. I thought I was going crazy.
I think that was RWB music.
Can I take my medications?
I don't know what that was. All right, to the line they go.
Somebody probably subscribed, maybe?
Oh, that could be it.
Could be. Be sure to like and comment and subscribe. Shout out to raceday.watch.
Mm-hmm. And the checkered flags are all out there. Let me pull up the series info, and we can shout out all the sponsors we need to shout out this time. And of course, I just went back because my push to talk is my back button. There, not on there now. So yeah, final results. Tobias Theerolf, your winner from Max Haas. German 1-2 ahead of Clyde Britton. Third place for fourth place for Bertrand Barrier. Andrew D with a spirited fight, but he came out on the short end of it. Fifth place ahead of Nigel Wood, who had an amazing race, honestly. Very solid. Martin Edmonds in 7th place, followed by Magic Cash Jug, Dirk Breschel, Henrik Andreasen. Andreasen, my tip of the cap to you, sir, because Josiah Jerome was pulling out every stop to try to get past you, and you did not let him do that. So that is a great play by you. Max Simmons in 12th place, followed by Jake Wilson, RWB Audi, Mad Al. They had a fantastic battle all race long. We probably could have honestly just stuck with them for the entire race. John Barker, Xavier Jenny, and then Antonio Costa, who had a 90-second penalty. So before us, we have the poster here. I do not know what simrace247.com is, but thank you. racing sim tools as well. ESR, RWB, TR, SimSock, Next Level Racing, which of course is the creators of my sim racing rig. So, that ties in actually really nicely.
SimSock, sock it to him.
And Race Day Watch also deserving a shout out there. A growing community which is trying to do some big events and some solid ideas, some live events too. It is truly very ambitious. Go check them out.
They go have mud wrestling
and Tugas Racing. I think I missed Tugas, as well as SimSocks, the footwear for sim racers, which actually, in all seriousness, might be something I'm going to order myself up because I do get tired of putting on the shoes.
I bet they don't even make them in my size.
They might. All right. I don't think I have anything else, so we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Heading into Hungaroring. Want to double check?
You are correct.
Hungaroring is
Hungry Hippo Ring.
So we'll be back for that one here, as well as some other. Well, actually, I don't think we really have any other commentary assignments right now. So there you go. We're gonna go watch the fights. People are gonna beat each other up.
Hell yeah.
Clicking in stream.
Don't do it.